Hey friends, I'm Jennifer LaGuardia, always your encouraging voice, and I am so happy to be back here with you all. So as always, everything I share with you guys comes from the most raw and authentic place of my own life experiences. Either I've been through it or currently going through it. And it's my personal mission to lift up anyone I can along the way, to be your light of hope, especially when life has taken a turn you didn't see coming. So you know when the ground underneath you is completely shaken up and what you thought was going to work out one particular way does not? Yeah, so I'm no stranger to sudden, abrupt changes. Definitely not my first rodeo, and was recently faced with a disappointing set of circumstances I just saw playing out way differently than it did. Doors closed I wasn't expecting to close, and pretty much have just had my faith to hold on to, not knowing what in the world is happening right now and having to make the call, either stay stuck obsessing over why is this happening, I seriously cannot believe this is happening, or accept the fact it's happening the way it is, and though I can't control that, trust that there has been an infinitely greater plan and purpose being orchestrated all along. And just because it didn't work out the way I thought it would within the timing I was so anticipating that it would work out, it doesn't mean anything more than this momentary setback is a setup for a much bigger plan than what I would have ever considered. And I truly mean that with all my heart. And for anyone listening right now who might have gone through a super disappointing setback, the reason I'm able to push through this with any confidence is because of what I've experienced through having a relationship with a power so much greater than myself, and having a purpose tied to something so much greater than myself. So to back up just for a quick second, to have a deeply meaningful, emotionally intimate relationship with anyone, you have to not only really know and trust that person, but trust how that person feels about you, and know from the core of your soul that person has your back. This kind of relationship is not just with your favorite humans, it's with a higher power I refer to as God. So real quick, since I was a kid, I've always had this sense of a larger-than-life presence all around me, this loving presence I can't describe in words, but I had no doubt was God. And before anyone ever said anything to me about having an actual relationship with this divine presence, this higher power, I felt like God was looking out for me. It was a deep connection, this knowing in my heart that no matter what, God had me. And the reason my faith became front and center of my life is because of my experience knowing Him. I've been through a lot in my lifetime, and I promise you, God transformed every heartbreak and train wreck into a miracle and a masterpiece. With every mega challenge I've been up against, God showed up in ways that just shifted the trajectory of what I thought was so perfect into something that I promise I wouldn't change for the world. Which is why I can say to you with 100% certainty that when a door closes, when things not only don't work out the way you hoped, but it looks like a hurricane just barreled through your life and you're left feeling at a complete loss, God is behind the scenes creating space and repositioning you for something infinitely greater than you would have ever come up with for yourself. Friends, when you're left with nothing to hold on to but your faith, it's a weird place. On one hand, it can be damn terrifying. But going back to what I was sharing a second ago about emotional intimacy and being able to trust and know from the core of your soul how that person feels about you, and that they always have your back, even though things happen in life, I'm not sure I will ever fully understand this side of heaven. In the end, I know beyond the shadow of any doubt, God is pure, unconditional love, and always moving on your behalf from a place of love. God can turn anything anything around if you give it to Him. This is truly when you get to experience God in ways that will blow your mind. God can take your situation and turn it into something that you would have never considered as a possibility. And I can tell you this, it most definitely isn't just for you. It's meant for all those you're called to be an inspiration to. Friends, your story is going to become someone else's reason to keep going. When God puts something on your heart, it's there for a reason. Great purpose and destiny lives on the inside of you, and it's been in my experience that it doesn't break through into fruition along some easy path. It emerges out of a lot of pain, a lot of struggle. It emerges from the deep, dark places you might wonder if you will ever get out of. That pathway towards fulfilling great purpose and destiny leads you through this process that initially might feel like a personal hell. And nothing makes sense at first. But it's in that process, it's in that part of the journey that you find your personal power, your strength, your stamina, and your resilience you didn't even know you had. Friends, you have no idea the powerful force you are. You get to know your true, authentic self and what it is you truly value in this place. What is it you truly want in life more than anything? If today were your last day, what would matter to you more than anything? If you were on a mission, what I personally call your revolution of hope, your way of taking the lead and helping others through what you've overcome, what would be your revolution of hope? The wisdom and the insight that you pick up along this part of the journey, I promise you will never get in a classroom or an online course. What if what you're being prepped for is something so much bigger than you ever planned for your life? And something else that's especially exciting about all this are the divine appointments, the key relationships you might never have in a million years thought you'd ever come across had you not been in the throes of this mess you'd give anything to get out of right now. I love you guys so, so much, and I am by your side here cheering you on. Keep going. God's got you, and with all my heart, I believe that beyond the shadow of any doubt, what you have to look forward to is so much more incredible than what's behind you. Choose to be an inspiration with what you're pushing through. There will be so many people out there who will be grateful you did. And as always, I hope to be an encouraging voice along your journey. So please follow me here on Instagram or subscribe to my YouTube channel, Awakening Hope with Jennifer LaGuardia. God infinitely bless you all and all those you hold close to your heart.